This is a totally impromptu live stream. I'm just feeling inspired. I got back from Envision Festival in Costa Rica, and I'm feeling so grounded and so calm. And this topic today is, what if the life that you have been wanting this whole time, you've been waiting for, doesn't need permission? It is just waiting for your decision. And the choice is yours. It's always been yours. It's not the choice to control everything, but it's the choice of how you respond from your heart and from your soul. And I know that what we want to create and the steps that we want to take to our next becoming, to the person that we're supposed to be, that we are intuitively inside ourselves, is waiting. So today I want to talk about, in this live, I don't want to edit videos anymore. I'm feeling more in tuned and more grounded in myself, and I'm so grateful for that. Why we give our power away without realizing it. We're also going to talk about how fear keeps us overthinking and in this stagnant place. And most of all, the simple shift that we can make to put ourselves back in our driver's seat, to have full control over how we respond, how we take ownership and leadership in our own life. And if this is something that's inside of you that's really whispering and you're like, yeah, I feel this, there's more for you. And this conversation is going to really touch into that space. I'm just going to speak authentically from these topics, and I hope that you get something out of it. So let's begin. Why do we give our power away without realizing it? I have this mother wound, and I want and expect so much from her, and I want her to be this person that I've always wished that she was. And I thought even having my daughter would change and shift this. But I give my power away every single time I talk to her because I can't control the way that I respond. I'm not taking full ownership of it. And it's leaking out of me. There's a fear, there's a scarcity, even in my entrepreneurship, in my nonprofit, in the community building that I'm doing. I leak this energy. I say yes to things before I've even checked myself. Like, doing the gut check is so important. And I really value how we can make ourselves feel safe. There's something that I've shared and I've read last night that I absolutely love from this book. Is Becoming Unfuckawithable. It's a great title. Whoops. And in this book, she says, choosing power isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily choice, a moment by moment choice, a choice that you're going to make over and over again. Every time you're tempted to play small, you'll need to choose power. Every time you're afraid of being too much, you'll need to choose authenticity. And every time that victim consciousness tries to seduce you back into powerlessness, you'll need to choose the creator consciousness. And this is Kim Kashani. You can definitely look her up. I met with her briefly and her team, and I was like, wow, these ladies are just tapped into their divine feminine. And I could feel that I give my power away when I say yes to things that don't resonate. I feel that I give my power away when I overthink things, and it stops me from acting in my highest good, in my highest power. And we're coming back to this time right now where there's so much discourse in the world. And I know that you have been showing up. You have chosen the path of ownership, of self sovereignty, of raising the collective vibration. And when we are leaking our energy, how are we able to reclaim our power? How do we hold on to our power? How do we set those boundaries that connects ourselves? How do we refocus and find clarity in the things that we love to do, that lights us up, that serves our community? You might have heard of the Ikigai, and if not, definitely look it up. What can you do in your life? What is calling you right now in your life that says reclaim your power? Where can you stand in your authenticity? Where can you speak your truth? Me coming on live, I was scared of coming on live. I've always been scared of being live and being seen in my full power, in my full worth. And going to Envision, I saw all of these beautiful workshop hosts standing in their authenticity, speaking their truth, speaking their passion. And I hope that in this conversation that you will see that speaking your passion and your light and in your authentic power is what the world needs right now. And I know it can be scary and it's hard to be seen and it's hard to be witnessed and held in community, which is why I am inviting you to share what you feel right now. Where are you right now? What season are you in? Sitting in the season that I'm in right now, I went from posting every day, trying to get clients, working my job, being a mom, doing all of these things with urgency, with the pressure of performing, that I lost myself. I went to reground. I was able to disconnect from my phone. I did not touch my Wi Fi. I lost my flame on school, if you know what that is. That's showing up with 10 posts every day for 30 days consecutively. I let it go because in my heart, I know that I'm following my path and I need to be grounded to be able to serve my community. And when I'm most grounded, I am reclaiming my power. And that also means setting boundaries from the amount of news I watch, the amount of content I'm consuming, and even the people that I'm surrounding myself now has changed. It's shifting. It's shifting towards a community, a higher vibration of collective, of individuals that know what they want to stand for, and how they want to be in their authentic power. And this can be in all aspects of your life. And I know it's the juggle, it's always juggling. And that's okay. That's totally okay. And sometimes we are leaning more into our spiritual side and reclaiming our power and trusting our intuition. Sometimes it's more of the physical side where we're going to get off the couch and do a little bit more exercise. And maybe it's sometimes quitting that job. And that's what's coming for me. I'm going to quit my job soon. I know it's coming. I'm going to have to sever ties and say goodbye and be really grateful for the opportunities that I have been given in my nursing career to step into more challenging things, to take more risks, to build my practice, and to even embrace entrepreneurship for the long haul, not for the immediate reward, not for the immediate, income. Once I let go of the need to make money, the monetary, which chases us very quickly, because we need to provide for our lives. We need to have that stability. And we've also been taught that those things are very important and is ingrained into our values, right? So I come back to it. What are you giving your power away to? Are you reclaiming it? Are you putting yourself first? Are you putting your creative craft first? Are you letting fear and scarcity and lack of life or abundance or reward being the compass, right? What is your compass right now? What is driving you forward to be more authentic? What is pointing you in the way of reclaiming your power? You have the choice to choose. I am choosing to pause at this moment. I'm choosing to let urgency go. I am choosing to sit and bask in my gratitude of the opportunities I have been provided, the privilege that I have. We just had International Women's Day yesterday, and I was saying, I am so grateful to be a daughter, a mother, a wife, and a sister to my community. How fear keeps us back and the overthinking of it. It holds us back from taking those risks. It holds us back from so many things. But can we choose courage? Can we choose vulnerability? Can we choose openness in this time of discourse in our world? so that we can become the person that we're meant to be, so we can finally step into the person that we are. You're not broken. You've been showing up every single day. We all have been. But are we recognizing that? Are we celebrating that? And are we embodying that gratitude? And when we embody that gratitude and we sit in that space of true power, which can be calm. It doesn't have to be a rage. It doesn't have to be descendant mode. It doesn't have to be like, let's go. But it can be. It can be all of those things at once. And whatever you're feeling right now is totally valid. If you're disagreeing with me and you're like, I got fear for good reasons, that's also valid. But sometimes we have to bring some awareness into that space and ask ourselves, where do we want to be in 3 months? Where do we want to be in a year? Where do we want to be in 5 years? And there's this beautiful exercise that you can do that I will share with you is you sit down with a pen and piece of paper and you start with, I am grateful for. And this is in a year, right? A day in a life in a year. I am grateful for waking up and however that day unfolds for you, and embodying it and feeling it, because then we can magnetize it. It provides a resonance that calls into the universe to reciprocate that energy. I wrote in my journal the other day, what I want is looking for me. What I seek is seeking me, and it will come to me. I don't need to crave it and get external validation and scream at the top of my lungs that this is what I want. If I can just emit this magnetism, emit this energy, this vibration that we are holding right now, it will come to me. And less than 24 hours later, I got a text message from a girlfriend saying, we need to host a women's wellness circle. Let's hold safe space for the women in our community. And it just felt like a full body yes. I had another friend say, yeah, I'll do a podcast with you. Let's do this. And I was like, wow, I've always wanted to do a podcast. I've always wanted a co-host. And just admitting that energy and just telling the universe that I am ready. I'm making this choice within my body, within my nervous system, within my mental state, that the universe heard me. And I don't know if you believe in manifestation, but manifestation does not resonate with fear. It does not resonate with scarcity. It resonates with love, integrity, and intention. The simple shift that's going to put us back into our driver's seat, and I talked about it earlier, is the compass that embodies us. What is our true north? What is our FY? Like, what is our why? Why are we doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm on this live because I don't want to be unedited. I don't want to be edited. I don't want to filter myself, and I want to speak authentically from my heart. And I have not been doing that in previous videos. I have scripted videos. I have practiced it. I have tried to free flow. And every time I'm like, how authentic am I? Is it 80% authentic? Is it 50% authentic? Am I 100% authentic? Right now, I am showing up 100% authentic because this is how I want to show up going forward. I am making the choice right now to sit in this driver's seat. And yes, sometimes my fear and my anxiety sits in the driver's seat, and we have to have this dialogue and this conversation. Like, I don't want you driving this bus, but you deserve a seat in this bus with me. I honor that feeling of anxiety or scarcity or fear because it's trying to keep me safe. It is trying to protect me, and I honor that. And I respect that part of me because it has come from my past experiences, my own personal little T's and big T traumas. And I've been trying to heal. And the most important thing that has helped me get back into the driver's seat is when I acknowledge them, when I'm not pushing them away, when I'm not shaming them. I don't shame my fear. I don't shame my depression. I don't blame other people anymore. I take ownership of it. I take that leadership position so I can sit in the front seat. And I always have to do a self check. You know, we do that all the time in nursing. I got to check myself. Do I have capacity? Am I hungry, angry, lonely, tired, halt, right? Those are the things that we can take into account and support ourselves. And I find that those things are more of the self care, not just to have a bath and get a massage. If I'm hungry, I got to eat. If I'm angry, I need to regulate. If I'm lonely, I need to go find connection, find my community, give myself some love, some tender, good words, some strong mantras. And if I'm tired, I got to sleep. I got to sleep before I show up. Nobody wants to show up tired. It just doesn't bode well. You've been in a meeting, I'm sure, where somebody showed up tired. You've gone to work and somebody else is burnt out and they show up tired. They are doing themselves and the people that they are serving a disservice. And right now, I am giving you full permission. Tend to your needs, tend to what you need to do today, because the choice is yours and you have the power to reclaim your true authenticity, your intuition, your spirituality, your physical and mental state. It is all within your control. You can absolutely 100% say, I'm not going to choose to sit in the back seat anymore and let my traumas or my fears or my victimhood drive the bus anymore. But I can love them tenderly, with compassion, with empathy, like I would with my best friend or my daughter or my husband, and tell them, it's okay. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. And I hold space for you. What do you need right now? So I can show up as my best self, so I can show up as my truest potential to serve myself, the people that I love, and my community, and in the work that I do today. So I feel like that's the conversation for today. I'm going to end it here. I hope that you resonated with something. Drop it in the comments. Subscribe if you like it. If not, that's okay. I am just here to share my voice and provide permission for you to make the choice to take ownership for your power, because you deserve it and you are worthy, and I see you and I support you. Thank you.